This is a United States Global Entry Sentri Card. You can apply for one, and in 2 or 3 months after a background investigation, if you're a model citizen and you pass the background investigation, you'll receive it. It allows you expedited exit through designated lanes that are on the far right of all the others. You don't have to wait for 2.5 hours to get out. This is what allows me to spend time in Mexico while living in San Diego. It would almost be impossible without this privilege. To understand the magnitude of what this means for someone who lives in San Diego and works or plays in Mexico, you have to have experienced that 2.5 to 3 hour line a few times. It's currently one of the most VIP things in my life. Special lane you get into, and then you bypass the entire mass of humanity. Right now, it is a weekday, late morning, so it's about the worst that the Sentry lane gets. Do inspect you occasionally. I had them try to take the car apart about a month ago, but you know, it's understandable. Well, early morning it'd be worse. The worst part of it is getting to the beginning of the lanes, because this is really one of the most populated places on earth. A normal route is through 2nd Street, Benito Juarez, that goes straight out to the 5 freeway, through the port of entry into the 5 freeway. So basically, to get to the Sentry lanes, you don't go out. You don't take the normal route out. You go through a series of traffic circles to get there. They love traffic circles down here. It's just crazy. So we just passed one traffic circle. This is Paseo Centenario. And so that's the 2nd traffic circle. You know, sometimes I say, my God, they drive like idiots down here. Then I realize they're all American plates. 1 out of 10 is a Mexican plate out here. Still one more in front of us. If you don't have Sentry privilege, or you can't get it, just use a motorcycle. You can use the Sentry lanes and then last minute jump through a very narrow divider and go out through the normal lanes. And here we are. We are now lined up to use the Sentry lanes. On the left here, those towers, it's called New City. They're condominium towers. I hear prices start at about 140 grand there. Before that, there was nothing like that in TJ. They are the tallest buildings in Tijuana. Okay, here we go. This mass of humanity to my left here, that's a 2.5 hour wait. You see us zipping by? The only reason I can't go 30 miles an hour is because they have like half a cinder block sticking up above the asphalt, and that's what they use for a speed bump. To understand the magnitude, I mean, to understand what it means to have this privilege, you have to have waited in line. I did for about 1.5 years. A few times I waited 6 hours to get out. Now I have about 15 cars ahead of me. I've heard that this is the busiest border crossing in the world. It's gonna be like 6 minutes to get out. Unless we get stuck right here. I don't think we will. It's a Chevy Volt in front of us. I don't know how many fast chargers there are in Tijuana. And it would just take hours without a Sentry card. This blind guy just crossed right into the US. That's a pretty good strategy. You could keep swinging that thing all the way to Chula Vista. You know, a few years ago, between these lanes, while we were waiting, there'd be really young kids like juggling and street performing. I mean, really young. Maybe kids selling mangoes. I don't see that anymore. I think Mexico is starting to modernize a little bit, just a little. I mean, it's got a ways to go. We have a ways to go. 2 cars now. Can't complain. All in all, 1 car ahead of us. Nice doggy. This red light apparently never turns green, ever. You know, it's potluck. Sometimes these lines just keep going all the way through. They don't stop. Others, every car gets inspected. And it's taken, what, about 6 minutes? Like I said, the other 25 lanes, 2.5 hours. We're next. Hi. Good morning. Nothing to declare.
What's up? Oh, mine expired, dude. I never renewed it.
Thank you very much.
I'm thinking of getting the Global Entry soon. Because they're really...
You know how I joke about a half a cinder block sticking up out of the asphalt on the Mexican side for speed bumps? It's worse on the American side. It's like 3/4 of a cinder block. I mean, it's jarring. Good, holy crap, the car bottomed out. The car bottomed out and it's lifted. It's a speed wall. There's, oh, shit. I think I left the exhaust back there. I'm going 2 miles an hour. I think I left the exhaust back there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. One more time. Oh, shit. What the? What's a little round thing with gears sticking out of it? Oh, never mind. Good God. Okay. Yeah, these speed bumps, we are now free to go. Okay, so wide open and home free. So that's it. That's about the best experience you can possibly have getting back into the United States from Mexico. I'm Steven Seguro. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Please do like and subscribe. I certainly appreciate it. Hasta luego y nos vemos pronto.